Have you ever looked around at your friends, your neighbors, or even your own reflection and wondered, why do some people thrive well into their 80s while others seem to slowly fade? The truth is, aging doesn't look the same for everyone. Some people gradually slow down, give up certain movements, and accept limitations. But others? They keep going, doing things that most 80-year-olds have long stopped trying. And that's exactly where today's video begins. Because if you're someone who can still do even a few of the things we're about to explore, you're not just lucky, you're exceptional. You're showing signs that your body may be aging in reverse. These aren't miracles. These are measurable, meaningful physical abilities, signs of strength, balance, and resilience. And research shows they're directly tied to longer, more independent lives. You might be surprised how quietly these abilities slip away. They don't vanish overnight. They fade slowly. One day, it's a little harder to stand or to carry groceries. Before you know it, what used to be easy starts to feel out of reach. In this video, we'll walk through 8 specific things most 80-year-olds can no longer do. If you still can, even just a few, it's not just survival. It's a sign you're aging in reverse, in the ways that truly count. Stick with me until the end. The final one is often overlooked, but it might just be the most powerful sign of all. Let's begin. Most people assume that once you hit 80, things naturally decline. Slower movements, weaker hands, fading memory. They treat it as inevitable, as if decline is just part of the aging process. But here's the truth. Much of what we see as normal aging is actually the result of disuse, not age. And the good news? A lot of it is preventable, and in many cases reversible. The body doesn't suddenly fall apart at 80. What happens is usually the result of years of underuse. Muscles weaken because we stop challenging them. Balance fades because we stop practicing it. Flexibility disappears because we stopped stretching. The same applies to our memory, mood, and motivation. We've been told to expect less with age, to move less, do less, risk less. But that belief, while often well-meaning, can be quietly dangerous. It shrinks our world, and eventually we stop doing the very things that were keeping us alive and well. But some people break this cycle. They move differently. They think differently. They keep showing up, staying active, sharp, and engaged in ways many assume are no longer possible after 80. In the next section, we'll cover 8 powerful movements and actions that show your body and mind are still fully alive. If you can still do them, you're not just aging, you're aging in reverse. Let's start with the first one. You can get up from a chair without using your hands. It might sound simple, even routine. But this one movement is one of the clearest indicators of how well your body is holding up. Why? Because it involves more than just standing. It calls on your legs, your core, your balance, and your coordination, all working together. It means your lower body is still strong enough to support you, without needing assistance. But beyond strength, it represents something even bigger: independence. For many older adults, standing from a seated position is where decline quietly starts. At first, it's a little push off the armrest. Over time, it becomes a full-body effort just to rise. If you're still able to get up smoothly, no hands, no strain, you're holding on to something incredibly valuable: functional power. Take Eleanor, age 82. She always believed she was doing just fine, until one day she noticed herself leaning hard on the table just to stand. It felt minor, until she fell a week later trying to get out of bed. That moment was her wake-up call. She started doing just 10 minutes a day of seated leg lifts and slow squats. Within weeks, she could stand again, unaided, and with a smile on her face. So next time you rise from a chair, pay attention. Are your legs still in charge? Or are your hands doing the heavy lifting? If you can still do this without help, type 1 in the comments, because that kind of strength and independence is rare after 80, and it's absolutely worth protecting. Sign 2. You can walk at a brisk pace without getting winded. How fast you walk might reveal more about your future than any blood test. Research shows that walking speed is closely linked to longevity. In fact, studies have found that older adults who maintain a brisk walking pace tend to live longer and stay healthier while doing it. Walking briskly isn't just about going fast. It's about cardiovascular strength, lung capacity, balance, and energy. It means your heart is pumping well, your muscles are working efficiently, and your body isn't running on empty. Think about your own walks. Can you move with purpose? Could you catch a bus if you had to? Or do you find yourself slowing down, pausing, even avoiding longer walks altogether? Take Leonard, 79. He'd always been active, but lately his pace had slowed. "I thought I was just being cautious," he said. Then one day, he couldn't make it around the block without stopping to catch his breath. That's when he knew something had changed. He started small, just walking to the mailbox, a little faster each day, then around the corner, then 2 blocks. Within a month, his pace had improved, and so had his confidence. Because walking speed isn't just about mobility, it's about resilience. The faster you move, the more alive your systems still are. So here's a simple test. Can you walk 10, 20 feet as if you're late for something, without feeling breathless or unsteady? If you can, comment 2 below, because that's a powerful sign that your heart, lungs, and body are still working in sync, and that you're aging in reverse. You can balance on 1 foot for at least 10 seconds. It may sound like a childhood game, but your ability to balance on 1 foot is a serious marker of how well your body and your brain are aging. Balance isn't just about not falling. It's a combination of your muscles, your inner ear, your vision, and your brain, all working together in harmony. And when any of those systems start to slip, balance is often the first thing to go. That's why people who can still balance well into their 70s and 80s tend to live longer, stay more independent, and recover faster when challenges come. Try it right now. Stand near a countertop, lift 1 foot a few inches off the floor, and see if you can hold it without wobbling for 10 seconds. If you can, that's remarkable. Let's talk about Judith, 81. One day, while brushing her teeth, she realized she was leaning hard on the sink. She couldn't balance on 1 foot without grabbing something. That quiet realization scared her more than any doctor visit. So she made a change. Every morning she practiced standing on 1 foot while brushing, holding the wall at first. Within weeks, she didn't need support. Her confidence grew, and most importantly, she stopped fearing every step. Good balance helps prevent falls, the #1 cause of serious injury in older adults. But it also reflects the strength of your nervous system and the sharpness of your reflexes. If you can stand on 1 foot for 10 seconds or more, type 3 in the comments. That kind of control and connection between body and brain means you're doing far better than most your age. Sign 4. You can get down on the floor and back up without help. It might sound like something only young people or athletes can do, but your ability to get down on the floor and then get back up without assistance is one of the clearest signs of total body health. This movement engages your legs, core, arms, balance, flexibility, and coordination. It's not just about strength. It's about how well all your systems work together. And if you can still do it after 80, you're part of a very small group. Many older adults begin avoiding the floor altogether, not because they don't want to be there, but because they're afraid they won't be able to get up again. And that fear, over time, becomes limitation. It leads to more sitting, less mobility, and declining confidence. Let me tell you about Frank, 83. One afternoon, his great-granddaughter wanted to play a board game on the carpet. Frank hesitated, not because he didn't want to, but because he wasn't sure he could get back up. That moment hit him hard. So he began a daily routine of slow squats, seated leg lifts, and even practicing gentle kneeling and rising movements by his bed. Within a few weeks, he wasn't just able to get down and up. He did it with pride. If you avoid the floor, ask yourself, is it because your body can't, or because you've stopped trying? If you can still get down to the floor and back up without help, type 4 in the comments. That's a powerful signal that your body hasn't forgotten how to move, and that you're aging with strength, not surrender. Sign 5. You can carry a full grocery bag without struggling. Carrying a bag of groceries may seem like a small thing, until the day it becomes difficult. Your ability to lift, carry, and manage daily loads is more than just convenient. It's one of the clearest signs that your muscles, joints, grip, and coordination are still working together with strength and stability. As we age, muscle mass declines, especially in the arms, back, and shoulders. But when you can still pick up a grocery bag without shifting your weight, grimacing, or needing help, you're not just strong, you're functional. And that's a powerful thing. Meet Walter, 80. For years, he prided himself on carrying all his groceries in one trip, just like he did in his 40s. But then, little by little, the bag started feeling heavier. One day, he had to stop midway up the stairs to rest. That was his wake-up call. Instead of giving up, he started small strength routines, squeezing a tennis ball for grip, using light dumbbells, even doing wall push-ups. Within a month, the strength returned, and so did his confidence. Carrying groceries taps into your core, arms and legs, and even your heart and lungs. It's a full-body signal of aging well. If this task has stayed easy for you, don't take it for granted. If you can still carry a full bag of groceries without stopping or shifting awkwardly, type 5 in the comments. That strength is rare after 80, and it means you're still more capable than most. Sign 6. You can climb a flight of stairs without stopping. Stairs don't lie. They're one of the most honest tests of your heart, lungs, legs, and overall stamina. If you can still climb a flight of stairs without stopping to catch your breath or grabbing the railing for support, you're doing far better than most people your age. Why? Because going upstairs is a compound movement. It requires leg power, balance, cardiovascular strength, and steady breathing. Every step upward is a quiet conversation between your body and gravity. And if you can still win that conversation, your systems are aging in harmony. Let's talk about Irene, 82. She'd stopped using stairs after a mild fall 2 years ago. Elevators became her default. But during a visit to her daughter's home, the only bathroom was upstairs. Climbing them left her breathless and embarrassed. That moment changed everything. She started small, just 3 steps at a time, using the railing. Then 5. Then a full flight. After a few weeks of daily practice and breathing exercises, she regained her endurance. More than that, she reclaimed her pride. Doctors often use stair climbing as a quick test of cardiopulmonary health. If you can go up 10 to 12 steps without needing to stop, that means your heart is pumping strong, your lungs are delivering oxygen, and your muscles are still cooperating. If you can climb a flight of stairs without stopping or feeling winded, type 6 in the comments. It's not just a sign of strength, it's proof your energy and vitality are still powering your life. Sign 7. You can remember recent conversations and events clearly. Many people assume that memory loss is just part of aging, but that's only partly true. Occasional forgetfulness happens to everyone, but if you can still recall what you had for dinner last night, the details of a recent conversation, or something a friend told you last week, your brain is aging far better than most. Clear memory isn't just about remembering names or dates. It's a sign of strong brain circulation, healthy neurons, and active mental engagement. It means your cognitive pathways are still sharp, your nervous system is working well, and your brain hasn't slowed down, even if the world says it should have. Let me tell you about Howard, 84. He was quiet, soft-spoken, but sharp as a tack. He remembered birthdays, old addresses, even the names of classmates from 70 years ago. When asked how he stayed so mentally sharp, he said, "I stay curious. I read. I talk to people. I never stop learning." Howard's brain stayed sharp because he kept using it. And that's the secret. Memory, like muscle, improves with use. Reading, talking, writing, playing games, solving puzzles. All of these are like exercise for your brain. And when you stay socially and mentally active, your brain responds by staying flexible, focused, and strong. If you still remember recent details, names, or conversations clearly, type 7 in the comments. That kind of mental clarity is a quiet superpower. And it means you're not just getting older, you're staying sharp, awake, and deeply present. Sign 8. You wake up feeling rested and ready for the day. Sleep changes as we age, but waking up refreshed is still one of the most powerful signs of overall health. If you're over 80 and still rise in the morning feeling clear-headed, steady, and ready to begin, your body is sending you a message: I'm still healing. I'm still strong. You see, sleep is when your body repairs, your brain resets, and your immune system recharges. Poor sleep can accelerate aging, raising the risk of heart disease, memory loss, and depression. But good sleep, it slows aging down. It protects. Let's talk about Ruth, 86. She began waking up groggy, needing naps during the day. Her doctor ran all kinds of tests, but found nothing serious. Then, a simple shift changed everything. She dimmed the lights an hour before bed, stopped watching TV after dinner, and opened the curtains in the morning to get natural light. Within 2 weeks, Ruth's sleep improved, and with it, so did her mood, memory, and energy. She didn't need more medicine. She needed better rhythm. If you're still able to sleep soundly, falling asleep within 30 minutes, staying asleep most of the night, and waking up naturally, you're ahead of the curve. That's a strong indicator that your hormones are in balance, your nervous system is calm, and your body is still functioning exactly as it should. Waking up refreshed most mornings? Type 8 in the comments. That's more than just good fortune. It's a sign of deep, cellular level health. It means your body still knows how to heal, how to recover, and how to renew itself. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, pause for a moment. What we've covered isn't just a checklist. It's a mirror reflecting your vitality, your resilience, and just how much your body and spirit have carried you through. There's a common belief that once you pass 80, everything starts to break down. Energy fades, strength disappears, memory weakens. But the truth? Some of the most powerful, capable people are those who keep showing up every day. They keep walking, keep laughing, keep lifting, remembering, and waking up with purpose in their hearts. If any of these 8 signs felt familiar to you, you're not just aging, you're thriving. You're showing the world that getting older doesn't have to mean decline. In many ways, it can mean growing deeper, stronger, more present, and more alive. And if you've noticed a few areas where you've slipped, that's okay too. Awareness is where change begins. Every new day offers a fresh opportunity to rebuild what time may have taken. Strength can return, balance can be restored, memory can sharpen, purpose can be reignited, healing can begin again. So wherever you are right now, remember this: you're still here, you're still strong, and you're still becoming. If something in this video resonated with you, even just one sign, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Drop a comment below and let us know which sign spoke to you the most. What's one small action you'll take today to stay strong, sharp, and independent? Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to keep going. And your presence here, it matters more than you know. Thank you for sharing your time with us. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep moving forward, because aging doesn't have to mean fading. Sometimes, it means rising again.